Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so yesterday, part 3 of the worldwide celebration officially started. So we got the final missions that needed to be done in order to finish collecting all of these step-up summon tickets. So as long as you've done all the missions, you should have the 50 in total that is required to do all 5 of the steps. And we are going to jump in and take a look at those here. So I haven't really looked into the banner much because of course it was available at the start of the celebration, but we just didn't have all the tickets, and there was a stone version of it as well. For newer players or like people who don't have as many of the units, like don't spend a lot, you know, haven't got a lot of these characters, this banner could be okay, but I probably wouldn't have recommended doing the stone summons. I think I said right at the beginning of the celebration, same with like the stone version of those memorial summon ticket like banners, probably not the most worthwhile to do with your stones, especially considering that the worldwide like banners themselves, especially the 2 Dokkan Fest banners, have quite a lot of value, as well as the 3+1. But of course everybody gets to do these ticket summons. So you got step 1 and 3, all the characters will be super class. Step 2 and 4, all the characters will be extreme class. And then in step 5 you are guaranteed to get an LR, right? So you've got, yeah, see it says here, step 1 all 10 characters super class, step 2 all extreme, then step 3 the first 1 to 8 are all super class, and then the 9th and 10th are guaranteed to be one of the featured units. So we got that Trunks that came out with Rose on JP and Frieza on Global. He's okay. The physical Gotenks from Golden Week, he's pretty good. Krillin and 18 are decent. Those guys and Gohan, not so much. And then step 4, it's the same thing, but for extreme. Evil Boo and the Golden Frieza are pretty decent. Definitely would be wanting to get a Golden Frieza, I think, from that step for me. Dodoria is okay on Frieza's team. King Vegeta, really, really good banner unit. And then the Vegeta and Nappa are actually relatively decent as well. And then, yeah, step 5, first 1 to 9 characters can be super or extreme. And the 10th character is guaranteed to be an SSR who can at Dokkan awaken into an LR. And they show a couple of them on here. Obviously, the Ribrian Trio, they're actually a decent unit, as much as I'm not a fan of the character. Triku's not great. Bulma's still very good, especially now with the physical trio team. Super Boo's okay. Inzamasu's pretty outdated at this point. AGL Golden Frieza, these guys kind of the same. Future Gohan and Trunks, very interesting potential for an EZA with that physical trio team. And then Janemba especially, like I can't wait for this guy's EZA for the movie bosses team. Everybody else not exactly crazy. Obviously if you're someone who has summoned a lot, like, so, you know, I don't think there's many summonable LRs that I need extra copies of at this point, but still be interesting to see who we get. Definitely interested on those extreme steps. I would very much like more copies of Golden Frieza for that Super Bosses team. Really good support character, but I noticed like at 55%, like in the difficult content, especially as you get towards the end of the events, he certainly can be a bit of a liability. So it's interesting to see. Is it just going to show all the featured? Okay, so it shows the featured only for step 1. That's interesting. In fact, what about the... I know that is just the featured. Where's the character summon rates? Is it going to show... Yeah, here we go. Step 5, SSR guaranteed. Is it just the ones that it showed on that splash screen at the beginning? It is, okay. So out of all of these, the final step for the LR... I think I can still use one dupe of the Tree of Might Goku. And I think I can use dupes of the Universe 2... trio, but realistically I think for a lot of people Bulma's probably the best pull, and then all the rest are kind of like investment for potential like future EZAs, I guess. But let's go ahead and jump in and do step 1. So all 5 steps, 10 tickets each. Make sure if you haven't done them yet, go ahead and jump in and do the missions. It's all very easy stuff, like doing the EZAs that came out, farming the free-to-play characters, like getting them up to SA 10, all that kind of stuff. So it's all very easy, straightforward stuff to do. And then, yeah, you get all these tickets and you get free summons. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't like free summons, right? Even if there's not a lot of stuff you can use in terms of, like, dupes, you can have future super attack fodder. Or just trade them in for barber points to get more items, movie reels for support memories, stuff like that. So, can't complain about free summons at the end of the day. So we get Goten and Trunks from the superhero movie. I think they were relatively decent on release. I'm not so sure about now. But we can go back and look at the banner each time, right, to see. So step up round 2, all the available characters are extreme. So this is where we're kind of hoping, if we're going to get a featured unit, to get Golden Frieza. And then obviously step 3 and 4, we're guaranteed to get 2 of the featured units. So that'll definitely be very, very useful for some of these. King Vegeta definitely is a go-to. Like, if you can get King Vegeta, even if you didn't get the Tech Saiyan Day Vegeta in March, like, he should be coming back on a banner potentially next month. Hey, there he is. Yeah, he's an absolutely fantastic unit. I rainbowed him on the Saiyan Day banner while trying to still pull the Saiyan Day Vegeta, and he is actually incredibly good. There's another one. Post Super is actually very good defensively. Really good support for that team. He supports all pure Saiyans as well, so he does have a lot of viability for other teams. So get 2 extra copies of him. Plus his SSR art is super cool. Like the TUR art's decent as well, but yeah, SSR art's very cool. So that was step 2, and now we go on to step 3, and this is where you can see here all available characters are super class. It doesn't actually say on the splash banner, but yeah, we get 2 guaranteed featured units as the final 2 characters. So from this banner specifically, out of the banner units that they showed featured, I think the AGL Trunks is the only one that I still need dupes for, but let's see who we get here. 2 King Vegetas on that previous multi definitely would be great. Like, if you're somebody who needs copies of him still, that's the kind of luck you want to see, right? Because he definitely is very good. This AGL, Gohan and Krillin. Oh yeah, of course. We have our guaranteeds, but that's something I should have mentioned at the beginning. It's kind of like the New Year's step-up banners. So you have your guaranteed units that you can get, but at any point along the way, you can actually pull like the LRs and the other units like in the pool, right? So for the step 1 and step 3, you can pull super class LRs, and then step 2 and 4, you can pull extreme class LRs. So that Gohan and Krillin were kind of interesting on release. Unfortunately for them, back when they released, like Namek Saga was kind of the only team for them, because like Earthbred Fighters wasn't a thing yet and stuff like that, right? Whereas I think those guys, they definitely have interesting potential for a future EZA. But we got Krillin and 18 and the STR Gohan. In fact, I'm almost certain I can still use dupes of the Krillin and 18. I can't actually remember if I did pull them from Beast Gohan's banner. I think I did, but I can definitely use extra copies of them. And then, yeah, here we go. So this is step 4. We got multiple King Vegetas last time. If we can get multiple Int Golden Freezers this time, then I'll definitely be very happy. I mean, with all the buffs we've gotten in this worldwide celebration, movie bosses has kind of now taken over from super bosses a little bit, I think, especially because characters like Cell Max, obviously he's on both teams, and then the new Brolys are not on super bosses, but of course AGL Dragon Ball Super Broly is also a movie boss character. So there's some interesting options, like units like Rose. Even if you can run him under the leader skill of, like, say, the AGL Broly, you don't want to then fill that team with the new Broly characters, because physical Rose needs Super Boss's allies. So the Super Bosses team is still very good, but I feel like the movie bosses team has kind of taken the limelight now a little bit, with, of course, right, because this celebration has given them massive buffs. So we got Tech Vegeta and Nappa, and then another King Vegeta. So, of course, we did not get a copy of Golden Frieza, typical. And then the final step here, this is our guaranteed LR. So they did say step 1 to 9 can be super or extreme, so technically there is the potential we can get any of those featured units from the first couple of steps in the first 1 to 9 spots. And then the last one is going to be the LR. So if we take a look back at the list, it's still only going to show, yeah, see, these are the featured for super and extreme. Interesting. I swear she wasn't on the list for extreme when we looked at it before, but it doesn't show the LRs. Okay, so yeah, who do we want out of the list? I mean, Janemba for future EZA potential, maybe. Triku, I think I might need 1 copy, so would be cool to get the rainbow, but let's see who we get. So we got random combo. We're gonna get the give it. I mean, we know we're getting an LR, right? So getting this kind of animation kind of doesn't really matter, right? We know we're getting an LR in this summon anyway. Could get more than 1 though, potentially, We've already pulled an extra one along the way here. So, yeah, let's see what we get. We do still have the potential. I'm holding on to that cope. We still have the potential that we could get an Int Golden Freezer in this multi. But it's kind of funny because banner units, it's like the main units come back on future banners and you can get them with coins. But banner units then just kind of disappear into the... Is that... Oh no, that's the LR. Disappear into the general pool and then you just have to hope you pull them at some point. Right, so AGL Golden Freezer was my guaranteed LR. I believe I have him rainbowed already, but unfortunately he's a unit that's kind of dropped off a little bit because he loses that damage reduction over time. Yeah, so in any events that have relative length, like, he becomes unreliable as a tank, which is his main role on the team. It's not like his damage is crazy, so a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So there you go. That was my step up summons for the worldwide celebration. Obviously for me, it's just kind of like a fun thing to do for a video because, like I said, there's not many of the units from the list that I do desperately need. Typical, the one I was kind of holding out a little bit of hope for pulling we didn't get, but I guess that kind of sums up my part 2 summons for those of you who've seen the summons on the Broly banner. You know, we've had things like top grossing, more easy A's come out and stuff like that, and we still have not pulled in Broly. But let me know how you guys got on with your step up tickets. Who did you get as your guaranteed LR and the other steps? How did you feel about how your summons went? Like I say, at the end of the day, at least they're for free. Hopefully you guys got some stuff that you can actually use, but let me know down below in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.